Today, our topic is why self-discipline is the ultimate key to success. Self-discipline is one of the most important qualities you can develop in life. It is the ability to control yourself, to stay focused on your goals, and to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Self-discipline is not about being perfect or never making mistakes. It's about making the right choices consistently, even when it's hard. Without self-discipline, it's almost impossible to achieve anything meaningful in life. Think about it. Every great achievement in history, whether in sports, business, art, or science, required someone to stay disciplined and work hard over a long period of time. Success doesn't come overnight. It's the result of small, consistent efforts every day. And that's where self-discipline comes in. It's the bridge between your dreams and your reality. It's what keeps you going when things get tough. Let's start with why self-discipline is so important. Imagine you have a goal, like getting fit, starting a business, or learning a new skill. You know what you need to do. Exercise regularly, work on your business plan, or practice every day. But the problem is, life is full of distractions and temptations. There's always something easier or more fun to do. Maybe you feel tired, or you don't feel motivated. That's where self-discipline comes in. It's what helps you push through those moments when you don't feel like doing the work. It's what keeps you on track even when you're facing challenges or setbacks. Self-discipline is also about making sacrifices. You can't have everything you want all the time. If you want to achieve something big, you have to be willing to give up short-term pleasures for long-term success. For example, if you want to save money for a big purchase, you might have to skip buying things you don't really need. If you want to get fit, you might have to skip unhealthy food and spend time exercising instead of relaxing. These small sacrifices add up over time and lead to big results. But it's not easy. It takes self-discipline to say no to things that feel good in the moment, but don't help you reach your goals. Another important aspect of self-discipline is consistency. Success is not about doing something once or twice. It's about doing it over and over again, even when it's boring or difficult. For example, if you want to become a good writer, you have to write every day, even when you don't feel inspired. If you want to run a marathon, you have to train regularly, even when you're tired or busy. Consistency is what turns small efforts into big achievements. And the only way to stay consistent is through self-discipline. Now, let's talk about how to develop self-discipline. The first step is to set clear goals. You need to know what you want to achieve and why it's important to you. Without a clear goal, it's hard to stay motivated and disciplined. Your goal should be specific, measurable, and realistic. For example, instead of saying, "I want to get fit," you could say, "I want to lose 10 pounds in 3 months by exercising 4 times a week and eating healthy." This gives you a clear target to work towards. The next step is to create a plan. Once you know your goal, break it down into smaller steps. What do you need to do every day or every week to reach your goal? Write down your plan and stick to it. Having a plan makes it easier to stay disciplined because you know exactly what you need to do. It also helps you track your progress and see how far you've come. Another important tip is to eliminate distractions. In today's world, there are so many things that can distract us from our goals. Social media, TV, video games, and so on. If you want to stay disciplined, you need to create an environment that supports your goals. For example, if you want to focus on studying, turn off your phone or put it in another room. If you want to eat healthy, don't keep junk food in your house. By removing distractions, you make it easier to stay focused and disciplined. It's also important to build good habits. Habits are actions that you do automatically without thinking. When you have good habits, it's easier to stay disciplined because you don't have to rely on willpower all the time. For example, if you make it a habit to exercise every morning, it will become a natural part of your routine, and you won't have to force yourself to do it. To build good habits, start small and be consistent. Focus on one habit at a time, and once it becomes automatic, move on to the next one. One of the biggest challenges of self-discipline is dealing with failure. No matter how disciplined you are, there will be times when you slip up or make mistakes. Maybe you skip a workout, eat something unhealthy, or waste time instead of working on your goals. When this happens, it's important not to give up. Failure is a normal part of the process. What matters is how you respond to it. Instead of beating yourself up, learn from your mistakes and get back on track. Remember, self-discipline is not about being perfect. It's about getting better over time. Another key to self-discipline is staying motivated. Motivation is what gives you the energy and drive to keep going. But motivation doesn't last forever. It comes and goes. That's why it's important to find ways to stay motivated even when you don't feel like it. One way to do this is to remind yourself of your why. Why is your goal important to you? What will achieving it mean for your life? When you connect your actions to a deeper purpose, it's easier to stay disciplined. You can also use rewards to stay motivated. For example, if you complete a week of workouts, reward yourself with something you enjoy, like watching a movie or spending time with friends. Rewards give you something to look forward to and make the process more enjoyable. Just make sure your rewards don't contradict your goals. For example, if your goal is to eat healthy, don't reward yourself with junk food. Finally, it's important to take care of yourself. Self-discipline is hard work, and it takes a lot of mental and physical energy. If you're tired, stressed, or unhealthy, it's much harder to stay disciplined. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating well, and taking time to relax and recharge. When you take care of yourself, you have more energy and focus to stay disciplined and work towards your goals. In conclusion, self-discipline is the ultimate key to success because it's what helps you stay focused, consistent, and motivated. It's what allows you to make sacrifices, overcome challenges, and keep going even when things get tough. Developing self-discipline isn't easy, but it's worth it. Start by setting clear goals, creating a plan, and building good habits. Eliminate distractions, stay motivated, and take care of yourself. And remember, failure is part of the process. Don't give up when you make mistakes. Learn from them and keep moving forward. With self-discipline, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. It's not about being perfect. It's about making progress one step at a time. So start today. Take small actions every day, and over time those small actions will add up to big results. Success is within your reach, and self-discipline is the key that will unlock it.